Yeah, a lot.
Indeedy.
Not even a little, but a lot.
A lot of things are against the law now when it comes to kids.
It's so different
It is. It is.
parenting 80s
I
today.
remember when you could whoop your kids right in the middle of the Walmart parking lot.
You could.
Now you can't without some Karen coming up there trying to tell you how to raise your kid.
Yeah.
But
Don't
here's the
do that.
difference between the 80s parenting and today's parenting. Okay.
Okay.
Back in the 80s,
Yeah.
you strapped excess children to the roof of the car
What?
or just threw them in the back of a pickup.
Well, I knew the back of the pickup.
You never rode on the top of the car?
Well, in a field.
In a field. Nowadays, you're required to put the children in rear-facing car seats until they're 25.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
No.
Back in the 80s, you're not entirely sure where your kids are between 3 and 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Normal was.
they embed Apple AirTags under the child's skin so you can track them in real time.
Yeah. No, for real.
Like dogs.
Gotta know where they are nowadays.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, you eat out at a restaurant as a special treat once every few months. Now, today, have a home-cooked meal as a special treat once every few months.
Well,
You know
it happened.
I'm right.
Yeah.
You know I'm
yeah,
right.
you're right.
Especially in the Chapman household.
It happens.
Okay. Back in the 80s, kids ask you for $10 so he can go to dinner and the movies with his friends.
Yeah.
Today, a kid asks you for $100 so he can get a value meal at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm being just marginally hyperbolic.
Maybe
there.
a little.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, you teach kids to say no to drugs.
Yeah.
Today, you prescribe kids 17 antidepressants.
Here's your drugs.
Here's your drugs, kids. Back in the 80s, you tell your daughter it's okay to be a tomboy. Not every girl is the same.
Yeah.
Now you cut off their boobs. I'm not kidding.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
All right, back in the 80s, kids delighted to receive totally rad He-Man capsule playsets for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, kid gets upset he only got last year's model iPhone for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted a VR. No.
You spoiled brat.
Wow.
Back in the 80s, check under kids' mattresses for pornography. Now, you got to check the kids' school library for pornography. Not kidding.
Wow.
Not kidding. All right, back in the 80s, you tell a kid to stop playing with video games because they'll rot his brain. Nowadays, you tell a kid to stop playing bad video games like Fortnite and play the classics on your old NES instead.
Yeah, those were the days.
NES.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back in the 80s,
Yeah.
you complained about how lazy and entitled kids these days are. Now, you complain about how lazy and entitled kids these are nowadays.
Yeah, no, that didn't. Some things never change.
Yeah, that would be one of them.
That would be the one. But now it's more serious.
Oh, I am so glad I raised my kids in the 80s. There's no way I could do it today without doing time.
No cap.
No cap. All right. Well, we got to roll out of here. 9:48, a dozen before 10 at Mix Online, your hits from the 80s, 90s, and today. And that's going to do it for us. We got to wrap things up. Grab our gear and head on down range. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. Thank you for your phone calls, your kind texts, your Facebook messages.
And you super freaks on TikTok.
Super freaks on TikTok today because Casey takes Mondays off of TikTok now.
Got some work done.
Did you?
Yeah, website.
Oh, good. Good.
Check out our school stuff on a website.
Oh, you added school stuff, Badger stuff on our website?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Still growing.
All right. Have yourself an extremely weird day today. Don't make it boring.
But do make it safe.
We do want you back tomorrow morning, dark and early, for another edition of the Ken and Casey Show. Tomorrow being Tuesday.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader? And the lovely Ashley Elizabeth from Dewland Pass. This will be in. Find out what's going on in this town this week. And we got to say thanks to Muse Metal Buildings in Kempner for being the sponsor of this morning's Ken and Casey Show. Without them, we couldn't do it. See what they can do for you, though. MuseMetalBuildings.com. MUSE metalbuildings.com.
Also, join us again tomorrow on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X, courtesy of John Wegner, Street Family, and StreamYard.
9:49, 11 before 10 to Mix Online, your hits from the 80s, 90s, and today. Say bye, Casey.
Bye, Casey.
Ken and Casey in the morning, celebrating 2 weeks without a restraining order. Mix Online.